What's up investors, and welcome back to another video. Today I want to talk about two companies that have released big news in the past few days and are both very interesting plays in the oil market. One of these companies we've already covered on the channel and released big news this week. The second company I haven't covered on the channel yet, but they've made huge gains over the past few weeks, gaining more than 150% since the start of April and over 700% since February. So the first company I'm going to talk about today is 88 Energy Limited, ticker EEENF, and the news they've just released. Then we will talk about a company that I've not yet covered in the channel. That company is World Oil Group, ticker WOGI. Before we get into the video, make sure if you haven't already, hit that like button, subscribe button and bell notification. This way you'll get notified when I make new videos just like this one, and I'll definitely be making more videos on these companies because there's massive potential here. And it's a way for you to show your support for the channel. It really helps me out, and best of all, it's 100% free. So I'd greatly appreciate if you hit that like and subscribe buttons. Now let's get into it. 88 Energy is an exploration and production company engaged in the exploration of oil and gas at the Alaska North Slope region. The North Slope region of Alaska is home to some of the largest oil and gas fields in the world and is North America's most prolific oil producing region. The company's goal is to build a successful exploration and production company that delivers material benefits to its shareholders and contributes to the development of the regions in which it works. It aims to achieve this by targeting overlooked or emerging play types to capitalize on opportunities prior to larger industry players moving in. The opportunities the company seeks are based on robust technical evaluation together with informed socio-political decisions and cultural sensitivity in business relationships. 88 operates two main projects: a 200-acre operation at the site of Project Icevine and a 195-acre project at the site of Project Perigine. As we can see here from the North Slope oil and gas major discoveries map, we can see that both Project Perigine and Icevine are located in the same region as Cuparuck and Prudhoe Bay, which is the largest oil field in the USA. Prudhoe Bay was discovered in 1968 and has produced over 15 billion barrels of oil to date. 88 began working on Project Icevine in 2015 and significantly increased acreage up to 200,000 acres. We see here that Project Peregrine is in green because it relates to when 88 acquired XCD Energy in 2020. The merger was set to create a diversified portfolio of three key project areas in Alaska and become a company with significant increased scale and demonstrated operational capability that is focused on the world-class oil potential of the North Slope of Alaska. The company also has a smaller 15,000-acre site, Yukon Leases, that has a 90 million barrel potential. As we see here, under Project Peregrine, drilling is to commence in March 2021. The drilling did commence in March, and anticipation of the results from the well had seen the share price rise to over 8 cents. However, complications meant that the well had to be abandoned and the share price plummeted, which leads us on to the news this week. 88 Energy is pleased to announce the following update related to its operations on the North Slope of Alaska. So first of all, testing commenced on sidewall cores and results are expected in the next 2 to 10 weeks. Initial mapping of the additional prospective zones encountered in Merlin 1 is encouraging, and results on acreage adjacent to Icevine have positive implications also. So we can see here they give a rough schedule of testing and results that are coming over the next 2 to 10 weeks. During the drilling of Merlin 1, several prospective zones were encountered that had previously been unmapped. These zones exhibited good shows with potential for pay. Subject to results from the testing mentioned above, an initial mapping exercise has indicated that these zones may be of similar magnitude in terms of volumetric range as the originally target primary zone. Further work is required to confirm this, however the early work is encouraging. Then we have an update on the Project Icevine. So all three wells drilled by 88 have encountered good quality reserve with indications of hydrocarbons. These had previously been interpreted as likely gas, condensate or residual oil with no map targets had been identified, as this was not the play that 88 had been pursuing. The results are highly encouraging regionally, including across Project Icevine, and the 88 internal geoscience team is now reassessing the potential across this acreage. Managing Director David Wall commented, "The oil shows and other encouragement seen in the Merlin 1 well bodes well for the potential at Project Perigine, and we look forward to providing the results from the laboratory analysis over the coming weeks. It's also highly positive to see pay zones and flow rate of light oil achieved from zones on adjacent acreage that are also prospective at Project Icewine, where an internal review has commenced to determine the significance of the neighbouring results. This is all good news for 88 Energy. Now, if you watch my other videos, you'll know that I usually look at the company's management team, the financials, as well as technical charts and analyst price targets, but nothing here has changed in that regard since my last video. The only thing that has changed from the financials point of view is that the company issued its Q1 report showing their cash flows. At the end of December 2020, the company had a very positive asset liability ratio, of which cash made up about $15 million. In March, the company raised extra finances, and as of the 31st of March, the cash balance now stands at over $20 million. Now let's look at World Oil Group, ticker WOGI. World Oil Group is a world-class international petroleum management company that uses actionable intelligence from its strategic relationships to target and identify niche market opportunities inside and outside the United States. World Oil Group works with joint venture partners using its proprietary technology to clean and increase oil production in oil fields that are not producing up to well capabilities. World Oil Group products are non-toxic, non-flammable and non-carcinogenic and are designed for the oil and gas industry. The company's products can clean toxic spills, clean oil formations and clean oil tank pipelines. World Oil's proprietary clean technology is reducing the cost of oil extraction around the globe. 75 to 85% of the world's oil suffers from paraffin participate. It solidifies on the sidewalls of wells, clogs up tubing, casing and complete oil flow systems. If the paraffin is left untreated, it can actually block the well and oil transfer system and cause the pipes to break. To prevent this from happening, the usual method to remove paraffin is by chemical water or oil wash. This tends to be very expensive, often stopping production for several days. Basically, World Oil Group's products allow the paraffin to recombine with the oil, which is environmentally safe, non-polluting and is engineered to increase oil flow, reduce waste and increase profits. They also have Latin American operations located in Peru through the subsidiary South America. WOGI South America is registered for oil and gas exploration and exploitation, commodities trading, mining, agriculture, real estate, business consulting and import-export. They're engaged in commodities trading in oil, copper and agriculture. So in recent news, World Oil Group cancels 2.12 billion shares or 71.8% of its common shares ahead of its first acquisition. The company also reduced the authorized shares down to 1 billion from 5 billion. CEO Claudio Abali stated this reduction was done to accommodate the new company's management, which will also plan additional cancellations of common stock. World Oil Group has no toxic debt and will not be doing a reverse split. This is all very good news for shareholders, with a share price also being up 100% since the start of April, and I feel this could go up multiple times more. More recently than that, as of April 23rd, the company has got all its OTC disclosures up to date and sent the attorney's letter to apply for pink current status, which they got in the past few days. Thanks to this, we can now look at their up-to-date financial statements. So there's not actually much to take note of in these financial statements. The company currently has no revenues, so looking here at the income statement, we can see that their loss consists only of legal, professional and transfer agent fees. But more importantly is the balance sheet, and we can see here that the company has no major liabilities and no long-term debts. They also have total assets of nearly 2.4 million in investments from acquisitions. Overall, I think this is a very interesting stock, the fact that they have no debt and are cancelling billions of shares and making their first acquisitions. I think it's worth keeping an eye on what this company is doing in the near future. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Drop a like if you did. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and bell notification so you don't miss out on any update videos, and it really helps me too with the algorithm. I hope I've shared some information with you that you weren't already aware of, and I hope you found value in this video. As always guys, this is just my opinion. If anyone's thinking about buying these stocks, I encourage you to do your own research. As I said before, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Thanks for watching the video. What are your thoughts on the future of these companies going forward? Leave a comment down below and I'll catch you in the next one.